Every Sunday, Thomas visited his daughter Lily's grave. She had been only 10 when illness claimed her, and since that day, grief clung to him like a shadow. The cemetery was quiet, but something about Lily's resting place unsettled him. Her grave seemed larger. At first, Thomas thought it was his imagination. The soil appeared freshly disturbed each week, and the grass line around the headstone shifted subtly. A year passed, and what had been a small child's grave now stretched far longer than it should. "Ground settling," the caretaker said when Thomas asked. But Thomas wasn't convinced. One windy afternoon, Thomas brought Lily's to lay down. As he knelt, he noticed tiny toys scattered across the dirt dolls. Paper cranes and a handmade bracelet woven with bright threads. They weren't his doing. His heart quickened. Determined, Thomas hid nearby that evening. Hours passed before he heard footsteps. Out of the darkness came a girl, no older than 14, thin and pale, with trembling hands clutching a box of trinkets. She walked straight to Lily's grave, kneeling as though it were her own sister's. Thomas stepped out, his voice unsteady. "Why are you here?" The girl gasped, clutching the box. I'm sorry. Please don't call anyone." Through tears, she explained. Her parents, neighbors of Thomas long ago, had lost her baby sister Lily's best friend years earlier. The child had been buried in an unmarked pauper's grave with no headstone. The girl, too young to understand back then, had grown up carrying the guilt that her sister had been forgotten. So she began leaving gifts at Lily's grave instead, treating it as though it belonged to both children. Each time, she pulled away a little more soil, quietly extending the grave to make space for the sister who had none. Thomas's chest tightened. The mystery of the ever-growing grave wasn't strange at all, it was love. It's desperate and misplaced, from a child who refused to let her sister fade. With tears streaming, Thomas knelt beside the girl. "You don't have to do this alone," he whispered. "Your sister will be remembered, I promise." For the first time in years, the graveyard didn't feel so heavy. It wasn't just sorrow, it was two families' love, intertwined in the soil.